Diana here. Today I'm going to be doing a fresh makeup look. It's going to be natural, glowy, something you can use every single day for work, for days that you just want the most minimal makeup, but something that's going to cover your under eyes, that's going to cover blemishes, and something that's going to literally last all day long. I'm going to start with my eyebrows. I'm going to do them very light. I naturally have dark eyebrows, so light eyebrows is going to be the best today. I'm going to be using the Colourpop eyebrow pencil in the color black and brown. I'm literally just going to line the bottom of my brow and lightly fill them in. I don't want it to be too dark. I want them to look not natural, but to look super sculpted either, if that makes any sense. So I'm starting with my channel again. I've gotten a lot of people telling me that I should, you know, do YouTube, and I mean, I stopped really because I got pregnant and it was very difficult for me to do videos. Nevertheless, I was never in the mood to even wear makeup. I think in the, 10 months that I was pregnant, I wore makeup literally like 3-4 times. And I just, makeup was not on my mind. I was super sick all the time, and it was the last thing I wanted to do. So I just stopped, But now that my son is 6 months going on 7, he'll be 7 months in a week and a half. It's a little bit easier for me, and I moved from the space that I was when I first started this channel, and it's bigger, and I have like my own space to do videos. Right now I'm doing it in the kitchen. It doesn't look like the kitchen, but my kitchen is pretty big and it has a lot of space where I can do this type of stuff here, and there's more light in this kitchen. And I recently bought like a ring light type of thing. So I feel like now this time around I have more time to do it, and I'm not in a miserable state. Like, I literally was so miserable pregnant, and not miserable because I didn't want to be pregnant, but miserable because I was so sick from like pregnancy that I couldn't do it. I was like not in the mood to do it. All right, so I'm just making sure. I like I said, the bottom to be super sculpted. This is pretty much the shape that I'm gonna go for. And then I'm gonna use the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is in Golden 40, and I'm going to use this concealer to highlight under the brow and clean up if I made any mistakes or if I have any stray hairs that, aren't plucked in. This concealer is gonna do the trick. And I literally don't put so much concealer. This concealer is just really freaking full coverage. I mean, you can go light and get a medium coverage with it, but if you use enough, it's a freaking full coverage concealer. And for $6, $5 or $6, it is bomb. So now I'm going to take this Equal Tools brush. I believe this is a concealer. Oh, it's called a micro blending brush. And I like it because it's angled. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty angled, and it literally buffs the crap out of concealer. And I'm literally just going to tap my brush in. So now I'm gonna go in with my Soap and Glory. It's called, it's a press powder. It's called the Kick-Ass Instant Retouch Press Powder. And it's very complicated, but I really love this powder. It's translucent. It's, if I can open it, it's a translucent powder, though it's kind of yellowish. I literally love this powder. I use it every single day. I have like 2 or 3 backups because I really like this powder. It reminds me a lot of the NYX banana powder. So if you have like the NYX banana powder, It reminds me the same. The only difference is the NYX banana powder is yellow and it will show more yellow under your eyes versus this is totally like it just mattifies when I use this. So now I am going to go into the face and I'm going to be using a mixture of this Milani Prime Light primer. It's called Strobing and Pore Minimizing and it's oil free. I like it because it gives me that glow. I have normally dry skin in the winter and that makes my face basically comes back to life. Then I'm going to be using the Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Minimizing Instant Pore Eraser primer, and that I'm just going to use on my T-zone because I have bigger pores on it, on that area of my face. So this is the Milani one, and as you can see it's like super glowy. It's white but doesn't leave like a white sheen. I'm going to rub that all over my face. Okay, now I'm gonna grab some of the Maybelline, and you literally need like this much. You don't need a lot of this stuff, and it's really good. Like, I like it. It reminds me of the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, but it's not as expensive, and it does the same thing. It does pore fills, and it literally smooths out everything on my T-zone, which is why I like it. Then I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir foundation in the color 757. It's kind of it's a little bit dark for me, but I'll make it work. And I'm just gonna use the Real Techniques sculpting brush, and I just put like 2 pumps on top. And maybe not that dark. It looks dark, but whatever. I'll make it work. And I'm literally just pressing and then slowly, like in small circles, buffing it in. Oh, it's not that dark. It's a hint darker. I honestly rather go darker than lighter. But I love this foundation for, I think it's, what is it, $11. It gives you such a good coverage and it's super glowy. So if you have dry skin, this is going to be good on your face. Like, it just feels so moisturizing, and it's, I don't know, it's not heavy, but it covers. Like, it literally covers the crap out of your face. The Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, it's like literally everyone's favorite. I love this concealer, and the color Tan. And I'm literally lightly going to put it right there, like in the deepest part of my eye, and that's where I have like the most darkness. Woo. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge and I'm going to literally pat that in. I use 2 concealers. I don't just use one, because I literally have like deep eyes. Like in this area, it's like deeper. So I'm using the same Colourpop concealer, and I'm literally putting this everywhere. This is gonna give me that extra coverage, and I'm gonna put it in my T-zone, not too much, but just enough. Cupid's bow and chin. This is also going to lighten the foundation. So I'm gonna let it sit under my eyes for a little bit. Then we're gonna pounce this in. I have a trick. So when you're pouncing it in and you see how it's like white and then dark, you grab the foundation brush or a little bit of your foundation and you literally press it in so that it all blends together. Like, it literally is just gonna blend together, and then you use the flat side and you press. That way it blends it in, but it's not too much. Like, now it doesn't look like, oh my god, it's just a streak of white crap on your face. I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the number 25 and it's in medium. And I like it because it has some color. I don't know if you can see it. It has color but not too much. I'm literally going to blend out my under eyes. Dip my sponge into the powder and saturate it well. And apply it lightly. I don't like to press too much because if it gets into my eyes, it becomes a watery mess. And I have very sensitive eyes. And then my lids, I'm literally just going to close my eye and tap it in. Okay. I'm only gonna do that to that area because I want it a little bit brighter, and I feel like this powder gives me that brightness. Then I'm going to take this big fluffy powder brush from Real Techniques and I'm going to stick my brush into this powder. I just made a mess. And then I'm going to literally, oh, this powder everywhere. I like the glowy foundation. A lot of people are going to be like, why did you put a glowy foundation just to mattify it? This powder isn't totally matte, okay? And if you use it loosely, like if you don't like pack too much powder, it will literally give you like that nice satin finish. And if I were to use this to go to work, I will powder my face because I want it to last. I'm going to be going into my Ulta contour kit. I really like this contour kit. They have a cream one, but I like the powder one. As you can tell, I use it like a lot. I'm gonna go into this golden bronzer and I'm gonna be using my Real Techniques contour brush. It's dirty because I did a video yesterday. You guys will be seeing it soon. And I'm going to place it, if you can see this line, that's where my contour, like my cheekbone is. I'm gonna go a little bit above it and start to contour. Now it looks crazy, like, whoa, you wouldn't normally leave that like that. But if you just slowly take your time and buff it in, you see how it's slowly like disappearing. That's what you want. You don't want to take the contour to your mouth. You want to keep it back here and then literally lightly hold your brush and just lightly buff it in. That's how it slowly buffs in, and you see how nice and airbrush it looks. So then I'm gonna go into, before I do the other cheek, I like to take this, I love Real Techniques brushes. I'll take this Real Techniques and it's called a bronzer brush. I'm gonna go into this light color, and this color is called Bombshell Bronzer. And this is lighter, but it's going to bring back like that livelihood, and it's going to mesh in my foundation color with the contour. It's going to blend it in. It's not going to be too much. You see how it's like now it's blended in. And I like to take back this brush and I like to powder this part of my cheek, just so it's, like I said, it's not too much. And if I feel like some of the contour disappeared, I'll go back in a little bit and re-contour it. And then go back with the bronzer and just blend it out. But I like to keep my bronzer right here. I don't like too much bronzer, but I like enough. And it just looks airbrushed, like it's not too much. Then I'm gonna add some of the bronzer, and I'm gonna make sure I get it really good. I'm gonna add it to my forehead, my temples. I don't use a darker color on this area because I don't want it to be too chiseled. I just want some color. This is for work, remember, we're doing this for work. I'm gonna go into the Colourpop, the Double Play Duo, and I'm going to use the pressed powder blush in Giddy Hansy, which is this really pretty, this color. It's like a pretty, I'm not going to use this as a highlight. I feel like it's too champagne-ish. That's not what I'm looking for. But I'm going to use this as a blush. And I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild brush. I think it's a blush brush, but I'm gonna go in with, like I said, I don't really like blush, but I'm gonna go in with blush. And I'm just gonna bring some color to the cheeks. And it's a very like close to the bronzer color type of blush. I just like these blushes. They're pigmented, but they're not super pigmented. That makes any sense. But at the same time, I'm not putting a lot on my brush. In with Alexis Ren and Colourpop duo, and I'm gonna go in with the highlighter in She's Here to Stay, which is this pretty, like, I don't know, it's just super like goldish looking highlight. Like, look at that. On my skin tone, it's literally just perfect. And I'm going to use this Ulta blush brush. It's a mini version, but I just think it deposits the right amount of color. And because, like I said, we're using, this is a everyday look, I'm not gonna go super crazy with the highlight, but I want it to pop. I want my cheeks to literally glow. So I'm going in a C motion like this. And as you see, like, and I'm literally barely touching, I'm just doing this. And I'm slowly just in circles, because I want it to melt into my skin and give me that glow. Then I'm going to take the bronzer in the Alexis Ren palette, and I'm going to take a fluffy brush from Wet n Wild. Is this? Brown brush. I'm going to take a fluffy brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to dip into this bronzer from this palette, and I'm literally going to put this in my crease. I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk lip brush. I'm going to go into the highlight again and put it on my inner corner. And problem. I'm going to grab my Wet n Wild powder, and this is in the color Tan Beige. I'm going to grab a Sonia Kashuk brush. This is it's an angled brush, but it's very packed. It's meant for contouring, but I don't use it for that. I just dip the brush into the powder, and I lightly put it under the contour. And this is going to literally clean it out. And because this powder is close to my skin tone, it doesn't brighten it too much, but it literally chisels it out to where I want it. Okay. And then with the same brush, I'm going to just swoop it like that. And that's literally going to give me like that chisel look. So I'm going to go into the same powder brush and then wipe it off. I use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, and this is the black one. And I'm literally just going to apply mascara. If you like lashes, then you wouldn't need so much mascara. I wouldn't wear lashes to work. Alright, now we're going to do the lips, and then we're going to put some setting spray. I'm going to be using the MAC Velvet Teddy. This is the mini one. I usually keep this in my purse. I don't like to lip line my lips. I don't know why. Savage. Then I'm going to be using the Colourpop and Karruche lip gloss in the color Fudged. Then for the last step, I'm going to spray my face with the NYX Matte Finish Spray. I like the Milani one, but I don't feel like getting it. So. And then I take my sponge again and I press it in. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in with a highlighter, and I'm going to apply some highlighter to my Cupid's bow. I forgot to do it. I'm going to apply some highlight to my nose. So that's it, guys. This is the final look. It's a very nice, glowy, and just pretty look. It's simple, it's easy. It doesn't take too long, it's not too much, but it leaves you awake. It makes you look like you took a little bit of time getting up and you had some good sleep, but you know, it was simple. Have a good day, guys. Bye.